Welcome to Brick Theory, everyone. I'm Chris, joining the team today for a theory based from the ever-popular Ninjago series. Looks like Ninjago is going to go bold or go home with the mysterious Hands of Time theme. And my guess from the promo art on LEGO's website is that the team will go back in time to the Young Woo, Young Garmadon days and fight back against a stone snake army thing. But that's a giant snake robot, so shut up and take my money, LEGO! Context out of the way, let's get to the heart of the matter. I'll bet my Dareth Polybag minifigure that Hands of Time will reference Ninjago Season 2, Episode 6. Wrong place, wrong time. It's the one episode we have so far that features time travel, and there's some inconsistencies. Quick spoiler alert here, so quickly watch the episode before we dive right on in. Alright. Now that we're on the same page, let's recap. In Wrong Place, Wrong Time, the ninja have to stop Lord Garmadon, who uses the Deus Ex Machina of all LEGO, the Mega Weapon, to open a portal through time and try to stop the ninja from uniting. Thus, the time traveling part. The ninja follow through the portal, of course, it all goes down, down, down. We get to hear Sensei Wu say, "Great Scott!" And when all's said and done, the ninja uses the 4 weapons to toss the Mega Weapon into the sky, where it lands on a comet known as Arcturus. Plain and simple, right? Do I hear a resounding N-O from the comments? Of course. Their time travel mishaps just don't make much sense when you think about it and do a little math. So my theory is that Kai, Cole, Jay, Zane, and Garmadon weren't actually time traveling. Let's start with the physics angle, because scientists aren't entirely convinced we can't actually go back in time. Until Albert Einstein, people subscribed to the theory that time was constant everywhere in the universe. 1 minute in New York equals 1 minute in London, equals 1 minute on Mount Everest, equals 1 minute on the moon, and so forth. It wasn't until Einstein's theory of relativity that people realized how time varies, how time is relative. Depending on your speed or the strength of gravity, time can stretch out at different rates. Take Earth, for instance, compared to a black hole. A minute on Earth is different relative to your position near or in a black hole, to the point where if you find yourself at the center of a black hole, time seems to stretch infinitely as the gravity increases. And for you guys who don't want to throw someone into a black hole, and I don't blame you, let's focus on time travel and velocity. Some complex math reveals that the faster someone or something travels, the more time changes relative to them. As you approach the speed of light, time slows, and theoretically if you surpass the speed of light, you would travel backwards in time. The Hafele-Keating experiment was designed to verify Einstein's theory of relativity by seeing how velocity affects the flow of time. 4 atomic clocks were set with incredible precision. These were calibrated to read the exact same time together without the error of a standard wristwatch. One was kept at the United States Naval Observatory on the ground, while the other 3 were taken aboard commercial flights going in various directions around the world. When each flight finished, Joseph Hafele and Richard Keating, the physicist and astronomer running the experiments, found that each clock differed from each other by, at the least, 50 nanoseconds. This may seem ridiculous, but in physics, a nanosecond is often the difference between turtle slow and rabbit fast. Thus, the experiment confirmed that time is indeed linked to velocity, as Einstein predicted. Alright, I see your glazed over eyes. Let's go back to Ninjago now. So taking into account the connection between velocity and time travel, we can assume the Mega Weapon portal somehow increases an object's velocity enough to send it back in time. Think of it as a speed boost, per se. In order for Garmadon to go forward in time, he would have to pass through the portal at some very large velocity under 299,792,458 meters per second. That is the speed of light. But in order to go back in time, the math says he would have to travel at a velocity above that number, faster than the speed of light, which according to modern physics isn't exactly possible for a human to achieve. In fact, no object with mass can surpass the speed of light. Trust me, if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. And of course, the ninja would not be able to make it as well. So we can rule out throwing by light. Alright, you sick of math yet? That's okay, because now we're going to tap into the more philosophical side of time travel. And believe me, it gets nasty. None of our research so far takes into account the grandfather paradox, the oldest trick in the time travel book. Basically, if you go back in time to when your grandfather was young and you accidentally get him killed before your father was born, would you cease to exist in the future? And in that case, would you have gone back in time in the first place to accidentally kill him? It hurts the mind to think about. So applied to an already complicated Ninjago episode, if Garmadon goes back in time and disbands the ninja, then the disbanded ninja can't follow him back in time where he disbands the ninja. I need some Tylenol. Our inability to resolve the paradox means we can't examine how it all actually works, and that's no fun. It may be possible, but it's not probable. It also means the Hageman brothers can't really script the episode, and all the angry Ninjago fans would riot, so no paradox for you.
You've lost me.
So how can one travel through multiple alternate realities without messing up the time and space continuum? The grandfather paradox suggests that the way Garmadon wants to change the timeline makes no sense, and quite possibly won't even work. Even Sensei Wu agrees.
We cannot change the past, but we can improve for the future.
Also, Zane mentions in the episode that their lives were the sum of previous events. The events can't change, or the Ninjago have to instantaneously change, thus forcing events to change again, and the ninja to change again, and where is that Tylenol? This can't be time travel. It makes no sense. So if the episode isn't about time travel, then what happened? Let's try an easier theory that doesn't require a lot of math. Multiverse theory. The scientific premise is a little hard to accept because we can't prove or disprove multiverses through experimentation. It's really more of a philosophical issue than anything. Let's start at the core of the Ninjago plot. Garmadon's plan is to turn Ninjago into his own image. Here's the thing, he never said which Ninjago. Multiverse theory would suggest that there are an infinite number of Ninjagos. Ninjago from the TV series, let's call it the Prime Universe for now. Ninjago from LEGO Universe, the Ninjago from the new movie, even Ninjagos with tiny minuscule changes. Theory. Garmadon did not go back to the past, but instead went to an alternate Ninjago where he disbanded the ninja there. He didn't change the past. He just made a choice in another universe to change the future. That would fit in with Sensei's line. That alone means we can forget about velocity and gravity, since those would not be necessary to travel to an alternate universe. Necessarily. So for those of you who did not enjoy the math, sit back, relax. This is going to be philosophy from here on out. Now hold up there, Chris. What about Lloyd fading in and out of those pictures? And the clock animations and stuff? Good question. But how do we know that was the Ninjago Prime universe to begin with? I would say that's another alternate universe entirely, where another Wu was watching another Lloyd fade in and out of existence. In fact, perhaps we're looking at two different Ninjagos. The Prime Ninjago where Lloyd fades out, and the alternate Ninjago where Lloyd fades back in. As has been confirmed in many Ninjago episodes, Lloyd's powers and identity as the Green Ninja are tied to the existence of the other four ninja. If they leave one universe, they will impact his existence. On top of all that, how do you explain multiple realities to the ninja? It's an alternate universe that looks a lot like past events, so it would make more sense to 5 ninjas, 2 old dudes, and a samurai, all without physics degrees, to call it time travel. The Ninjago Wiki also documents the differences between the pilot episode and Wrong Place, Wrong Time, including differences in Shadow Garmadon's helmet designs, the color of Samukai's spine, how Nia is chained over the lava, and so forth. These are details that could not have been changed by Prime Garmadon nor the ninja. Assuming the episode is canon, we must assume that these details are independent of time travel. Now what about destroying the Mega Weapon? It wouldn't change the past because the Mega Weapon would still have technically existed in the presence. It's not the grandfather paradox because the weapon's existence does not loop back like a person being born. But a massive flux of energy like that would easily be enough for the Mega Weapon to warp the ninja and Garmadon to another alternate universe. An alternate universe where the Mega Weapon doesn't exist, Lloyd's still older, and the golden weapons ended up on Arcturus anyways. And once it portaled Garmadon and the ninja into another universe, perhaps it portaled itself to the comet of Arcturus in that same alternate Ninjago everyone else ends up in. But let's be honest, while Ninjago is a very well done show and very entertaining, there are glaring plot holes even the creators aren't really sure how to answer. Slapping an alternate universe sticker is, I will admit, a bit of an out there theory, but it adds up a lot better than time travel. That, and it leads to some very interesting discussions. Perhaps it would explain other inconsistencies in the plot. Only time will tell, I guess. Thanks for watching. Comment below and tell us what you think. For those of you interested in seeing my sources, I've linked the articles below so you can do some more reading. All the math done in the videos is pretty much what I did in my papers, so there you go, have fun with that. But thank you very much for watching, we hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more. And this is Chris, signing out.